Oh my gosh, 22 years ago, I saw a film that I loved, left an impression on me. What was the movie? Freaky Friday. Do you remember that? It where Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, the mom and the teenage daughter, swapped bodies and they had to walk in each other's life and the things they learned and the appreciation they had for the other person, because, you know, until you walk in someone else's shoes, how in the world would you know what they're going through? Well, this week came out again, but this time it was Freakier Friday. Yeah. And so cute, so cute. There is a little nuance. There are 4 people that swap bodies. How do they even end up swapping bodies? Well, the first time around, it was fortune cookies that they read, and all of a sudden there was like a clap of thunder or something, and they switched bodies. This time, it's a fortune teller that is reading their hand. The fortune teller said, "Change the hearts you know to be wrong to find the place where you belong." Oh my gosh, that just almost like came off the screen at me, like, change the hearts you know are wrong to find the place where you belong. Now, isn't that the way it is? I mean, how in the world would we know how to change our heart unless we could walk in someone else's shoes, unless we can have their perspective, unless we can see things the way they see things? This is literally epic, because know what it does? It walks along the theme of level up, empowering possibilities. Because when we can figure out how to get a paradigm shift around a lot of things that we have, it's amazing what the world opens up for us. Yeah, it's crazy cool. It's interesting that we might have a perspective of someone, but then if we were to swap bodies, walk in their shoes, walk in their life, have the life experiences that they have had, would we have a totally different view of them? Obviously, because we're only seeing a little bit of the picture. We see the 5% of their conscious mind that they are living in, when 95% of their life experiences and what is driving the bus for them is invisible to us, because it's years and years of recorded data that has gone down into their subconscious. And literally, I mean, it's almost like they have this lens that they're looking at life through. They're viewing life this way, but because of my life experiences, I may be seeing it like this. It's amazing that we can even get along. But what is so incredible, this last full moon that just happened, this Lionsgate that just opened up with the full moon like 2 or 3 days ago, one of the things it was is about releasing old things. Oh my gosh. We gotta be doing this. And so how do we do it? Well, first of all, you got to know how your brain works. You got to figure out, why do I have the beliefs I have? And then we can go in and we can do some work. Simple skills that can help us see in a very different way. It doesn't have to be overall complicated, but we have to have that willing heart. To have a change of heart, it means we've got to be willing. It can't be that stubborn, like, I'm not wrong. I'm totally right in the way you think. Hey, they did wrong to me, or this was an injustice here, or whatever. I have to tell you, even just lately, a relationship that I had for over 30 years, as I started doing some work around it and started analyzing, because this was a hard relationship. This is one where if I told you my side of the story, you'd be like, oh my gosh, you absolutely have every right to feel the way you do. However, when I sat and analyzed it from a different view, like almost like an out-of-body experience of viewing them, all of a sudden my eyes opened to something completely different. After 30 years, I was like, I get their perspective. And my heart, it's almost like I felt my heart shift inside of me. It was like, this is like totally different. I feel totally different about this person. And here's what's so crazy cool. Without me even knowing it, all of a sudden this person was in my life again, but in a way that was like healthy, and it was almost like they could feel my acceptance and they were reacting differently in my life. Now, I know that sounds crazy. You can have your own Freakier Friday. You can have your own Freakier Friday. And all it is, it's tools, it's skills, it's simple things that have us look at things from a different way. Not super hard, and it's actually pretty fun. You know, I've been doing this work for a long time, and I think it's something we continually do, because then something else will come up, and then something else will come up. But that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about us finding the things that we can change our view on. We can change the way we think. We can change the way we look at people. Because unless we walked in their body, we have no idea how we would react if we were in similar circumstances. And now, if we can start looking at someone from a different view and go, wow, I had never thought about that. This is interesting. No wonder they were the way they were. And sometimes there's some really hard things, and it's like, oh, they never should have been that way. There are no excuses for abuse. I will say that right now. Draw the line. There's no excuses for abuse. But when we can look at it with some empathy and seeing some things, it doesn't have to be the heavy burden that we are choosing to carry. Because it is a choice after all, right? It's a choice whether we carry something or if we change it so the weight is different. And sometimes it becomes so light, so much lighter, that we're almost giddy. We're almost giddy because it's like, holy cow, I didn't even know I could feel this way. And I almost feel like I just had 50 pounds lifted off my shoulders. I wish I had done this a long time ago. Okay, so here is the good news. The incredible news is I am working with adults right now, but I'm also starting a brand new class of Level Up. It's 12 chapters of a journey of empowerment. And one of the primary things we do is we figure out what those tools are, and we step into some healing. And when we can let go, it brings room in to be able to create new in our life. Don't wait for the next Lion Gate moon to release things. We need to start doing it now. Because there's no time like now to step into who we're really supposed to be. We're creators, and we create the life we want. If you always do what you always did, you always get, you know it, what you always got. But we don't have to keep status quo. The 95% that's running the bus every day is going to continue every single day until we change something. And now is the time to do it. Kids are going back to school. I don't know about you, but every August, September, I almost feel like I need to go buy pens and paper and composition books and a new backpack. But guess what? I just want to clean out my backpack. I don't want to carry it anymore. I want to put down the weight that does not serve me. And now I have the tools, and I want to teach them to you. So if you want to come along on this journey, I want you to look at this curriculum. Yes, it was primarily written in the language for teens, but make no mistake, this is far from a teen-only curriculum. And every single one of us have a teen inside of us. We've all been one. Or we're raising them, or we will be raising them. So I invite you to go levelupteen.com/shop. You can see the different things. August 27th is Tuesdays from 11 to 12:30 p.m. That's Mountain Standard Time. You can join us on Zoom live from anywhere in the world. And it is going to be fun. And it is going to be interactive. And yes, it has a manual. And yes, it has a journal. And if you're there, it's even going to be more interactive. Change the hearts you know are wrong to find the place where you belong. Now, you might be saying, yeah, but my heart isn't wrong. But isn't it time to level up? Oh my gosh, it's exciting. And go see the movie because it's super cute. And then come learn how you can have your own Freakier Friday in your life. I hope you're going to join us. Don't miss out on this opportunity, because by December, your life is going to be different in the most amazing way. Tally ho, my friends. Check out the links below.